been lying. That was the 15 characteristics. Now the 16th characteristics of the hypocrites is they're too lazy and reluctant when it comes to obeying the orders of Allah. They only want to finish their prayer and other rituals very quickly and find sincere devotion during prayer very burdensome. That is because their actions are motivated not by the attaining pleasure of Allah, but to obtain respect and recognition in the community. Allah says that in the Quran. إِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَهُوَ خَادِعُهُمْ وَإِذَا قَامُوا إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ قَامُوا كُسَلَى يُرَاءُونَ النَّاسَ وَلَا يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Allah says, the hypocrites seek to deceive Allah, but it is He who deceives them. When they stand up to pray, they stand up with laziness, only to be seen amongst men. They hardly remember Allah at all. The 17th characteristics of the hypocrite is that they always make excuses and seek exemptions whenever they are asked to make a sacrifice, especially when the sacrifice is huge and with no immediate return. Allah too abhors their obeying Him because of the filth in their hearts and their impure intentions. So He also prevents them from obeying Him. Allah gives example of how they refuse to go out in Allah's cause. Allah says, لو كان عرضا قريبا وسفرا قاصدا لاتبعوك. Allah says, if it was a case of immediate gain and short journey, they would have followed you. وَلَكِنْ بَعُودَتْ عَلَيْهِمُ الشُّقَّةُ. But the distance was too great for them. وَسَيَحْلِفُونَ بِاللَّهِ لَوْ اسْتَطَعْنَا لَخَرَجْنَا مَعَكُمْ. And they will swear by Allah to you that if we only could, we would have followed you. We would have come out with you. Then Allah says, يُحْلِكُونَ أَنفُسَهُمْ. They are destroying their own selves. وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ إِنَّهُمْ لَكَاذِبُونَ. And Allah knows that these are liars. In fact, Allah also says that if they had really intended to go out, they would have made some preparations for it. Allah says, وَلَوْ أَرَادُوا الْخُرُوجَ لَأَعَدُّوا لَهُ عُدَّةً وَلَكِنْ كَرِهَ اللَّهُ أَنْبِيَاثَهُمْ فَثَبَّتَهُمْ وَقِيلَ قُعُودُوا مَعَ الْقَاعِدِينَ. Allah says that if they had really intended to go out, they would have made some preparations for it. But Allah was averse to their being sent forth. And it was said to them, sit you with those who sit at home. Allah further reveals His further wisdom behind His holding them back. Allah says, لو خرجوا فيكم ما زادكم إلا خبالا ولا أودوا خلالكم يبغونكم الفتنة. Allah says that if they had gone out with you, if they had really gone out with you, they would have added nothing but confusion. And they would have hurried in your midst, spreading corruption and sowing sedition amongst you. وَفِيكُمْ سَمَّاعُونَ لَهُمْ. And amongst you are some who would have listened to them. وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِالظَّالِمِينَ. And Allah is the knower over the zalimeen, over the criminals. The 18th characteristics of the hypocrites is that the hypocrites do not want to be judged by the Quran, the ruling of the Quran and the Sunnah, because they are afraid the ruling of the Quran or Islam will be against them. and will expose their hypocrisy and selfish